030, lying. Pathological liar is one of the few expressions that is a common reference to a pathology. A pathology is something defined as abnormal and has the nature of a disease, yet it is behavioral, not neurological or biological. Addiction is a pathology because it is a compulsive disorder that is exempt from conventional logic or reason. It functions on its own principles and mechanics and does not have purpose or logical reasons. Therefore, pathological lying seems to defy conventional reason. It is compulsory and does not serve a logical reason. People influenced by a pathology consciously sense their behavior serves no purpose either, but the pathological subconscious always has an agenda that serves a logic, albeit a twisted and circuitous logic, but a logic nonetheless. Pathological lying can be driven by a need for attention and validation. This seems obvious about the liar who lies about being more wealthy, strong, successful, or popular than they actually are. But what about the liar who tells tales of misfortune, despair, or suffering? Even though they seem different, they're driven by the same objective. Pathological, addictive liars are seeking attention and validation, and even if they can get people to think of them pitifully or negatively, it is better than not being thought of at all. Bad press is better than no press, as they say in Hollywood. At some point in the past, some misfortune was shared and attention was given, and the addiction was spawned because the addictive subconscious recognized the event as a way to compensate for some deficient neurochemical in charge of feeling validated and getting attention. Most pathological liars will exhibit both types of lies, lies that get praise and lies that get sympathy. Just like with drugs, eventually the high not only wears off, causing a craving for more, but a tolerance is built up. Bigger lies are needed for bigger validation. If you tell people you almost died in a traffic collision and this gets you some attention, the next time you'll need to up it. Eventually, as with any addictive behavior, your reputation precedes you. You become known as the liar, the person who is quickly dismissed when telling a story or contributing to a conversation because you are assumed to be lying. The cried wolf stigma follows you, and even when you do tell the truth, it is met with skepticism, thereby, once again, cueing the lying impulse to intensify and tell larger tales. Clarity and self-honesty is integral to overcoming this. We do know when we're telling a lie and need to develop awareness so when we begin to lie, it is caught at its onset. Stop yourself at that moment, apologize, and make a joke about your condition. Oh man, sorry. I don't know why I just said that. I didn't win the lottery today. I have a condition that's pretty embarrassing. I often enhance the truth and even sometimes fictionalize it, but I'm working on it. The irony is that because people will find this lying condition curious, interesting, and maybe even humorous, the same result is had, attention and validation. At least now your mind's getting attention for the truth instead of fiction. It's a small step in the right direction. If those around want to elaborate on your condition and discuss it, briefly address it and politely tell them that elaborating on it is unfortunately counterproductive to improving it. If someone is persistent, politely tell them talking about it makes you very uncomfortable and to please drop it. Sadly, as your condition becomes public knowledge, you will likely become the butt of some jokes. Gentle sarcasm can often fix that though. Haha, I get it, that's funny. I get it, because I'm a compulsive liar. This, along with a roll of the eyes, gets the message across. Another strategy is the money jar. At the end of each day or ongoing through the day, evaluate your interactions and honestly admit to yourself all of the embellishments you told. No matter how innocuous or justified they are, each lie counts, and $1 or $5 or $10 goes in the jar. Choose an amount that is absolute, not varying amounts for different degrees of lies. When the jar reaches $20 to $50, it must be given away to someone you don't particularly like or feel is deserving. Charity is too easy. You want to build an association with lying that is negative, and giving free money to someone you feel doesn't deserve it is punishment and may discourage future lying. Giving to charity would create a positive association. You may not disclose the amount or who it's given to under any circumstances. Your gift needs to be anonymous and secret. Support. Enlist a few trusted and close associates to embarrass you when they know you're lying. They can proclaim it out loud to those around. They should do this gracefully and maturely. If it is done in a joking or immature style, the purpose is then diminished or lost because the condition still remains a source of validation and attention. If the reaction is humorous, we might tell a lie to trigger that type of intervention episode. The support intervention should be in a matter-of-fact tone. That isn't true. He's making that up. That's fiction, isn't it? Go ahead, admit it, like we agreed. Alternative, make a list of good things you can do or say to others that will compensate for the attention you are getting by lying. Give to charity, give flattery, or here's the hard one, inquire with enthusiasm about other people's lives and goings on. Deliberately shift the spotlight from yourself to others. You do not have to enjoy it or be truly interested in them or their stories, but you should be polite, considerate, and respectful, and be at least superficially interested. Each time you begin to recognize the impulse to lie or find yourself having begun to tell one, change the subject. So, what are you up to? How's that work project going? And then ask follow-up inquiries to encourage a distracting conversation. It's all awkward at first, but it will get more comfortable with time. Pathological liars must develop serious conscious awareness of their lying, and shame must be experienced if they are to improve it. Self-effacement is needed, and introverted honesty must be a part of the recovery process.